Hello, hello. Are we live? Okay, we're in there. Jeez Louise. Okay, chat. Hey, we got people. What's good? Give me 1 second. I am setting up the scenes. But we should be good here otherwise. I think I have to. Oh, actually, I could just mute it, I think. Yeah, there we go. Drag that over there. Drag that over there. Boom. And then we open up this. There we go. I think that should be good. And just like that, the first player going up for bidding is going to be Hoptech. Hoptech is a very highly rated player coming in at low GM. And bidding already starting at 71. Yvonne throwing every single point they can on it. A little bit of a bidding war here between Nigel 1 and Jataxis going up by 1. Now, the bidding started at 71 when Yvonne dropped all of their points. So, still, oh, countdown. And just like that, Hoptech goes for 77 points. I must say, a little lower than I think some of us were expecting. This is one of the probably, top 4 players in OLS. And if you're taking out captains, then probably a top 3 minimum. I don't think it's insane to say even higher. What a way to start off the draft. What a very expected. Oh, that's a bot. Get out of here, Samadino Z. And now we wait for the for our second player to be thrown up on the board. As we hear Expressions of joy from HopTech in OLS Gen Chat. Very glad to be headed over with Nigel 1, A2 YOLO, Maple Rag. OLS's number one Twitch chatter. Now that kind of sets the tone here. Now I'm wondering, we see HopTech going for 77 points. Cloudy, the next on the menu. Another GM player, high GM, the highest rated player in the draft. And immediately we see huge numbers coming out here. Up to 77 by Nightshine. 67, but I assume that's supposed to be 77. Oh, 77, 78. 78, 80? We got 80, we got 81, we got 82, we got 83. We're just going up here. Now, Nigel won, bidding 90 points. This guy would only have 13 points left. But if you have two GM players in your team, like, I don't think you have 100 points coming out for Nigel 1. 101 for Jataxis. I mean, Nigel 1's just going to send it here. If you're spending 102 points on this player, you might as well spend all 103. There's the 103. 109 points. 110 from Nightshine. These two are not going to quit it. Nightshine and Jatax is battling it out. 111 points. 112, 113. And I think that's 115. The countdown is coming out. Nightshine not going to respond. And Cloudy is going to go over to Jataxis for 115 points. I'm surprised. HopTech only going for 77. Though I guess it is a point to say that the jungle pool is, very heavy in the captain role already. So in terms of draftables, if your team doesn't already have a jungler, this is kind of the best place you're going to find one. So that 40 point gap, there might not be another mid laner necessarily on the level of HopTech, but you can get a little bit closer than you might be able to in the jungle pool. And just like that, two picks so far, both going to the solo captains. Neither team looking to be left out of player for too long. And just like that, I believe that is the number one and number two highest rated players on the board. And now, Insomnia Knight coming out. This is a new face to OLS, a low master, support, mid, ADC. They can kind of do it all. But right now we're looking at just 50 from Nightshine, 60 coming in from Elaine. 61, 70 coming out. These players do not want to let Insomnia Knight go for too little. 75 now. Looks like it's still going. Nightshine bidding 80 here. He doesn't have a player yet, and he had the most points in the draft. So, if you're not getting HopTech or Cloudy, you need to be going crazy on the Masters players. Oh my God, Nooner coming in at the last minute to bid this one up. Nooner wants to support. 87 points for Nightshine now. Looking like that's going to be the final number. 87 points for... Nope! Nooner gets in too late with the 88. And Nightshine is going to be picking up here. Insomnia Night. For only 88 points. 87 points. Actually, I say only 87. That is 10 more than Hoptech. Oh, a little bit of drama in the chat, mayhaps. And interesting. Screenshots are flying right now. Nooner posted an 88, and on Nooner's screen, the 88 showed up before the sold came out, meaning that it should keep going. But I do believe that on a couple other screens that it shows the 321 sold came out before the 88. Can I like hide all of this? Can I like supersize this channel? How do I do this? And just like that, we move on to Menopause. Yeah, it looks like Insomnia Night is going to find their home with Nightshine's team. 87 points. You know, that's 10 more than Hoptech. A little bit crazy there, but you know, Menopause, longtime veteran of OLS. It would not surprise me to see this go on for. Oh no, Curse of Dragons picking up Menacing Menopause for only 35 points. You know, it looks like we're trying to have some heavy hitters here. And that is going to be the first third member of a team. All three solo captains picking up their players before the co-captains, which does make sense. They there was a little bit extra points in there. Yeah, I mean that team is looking pretty strong right now. 64 points still on the board. Oh yeah, Mr. Krabs coming out now. Another Masters player. The pool is getting thinner. You know, there's only so many Masters players that in each and every OLS split. Nooner starting off the bidding with a 69. And then Jake Allen getting it up to an 80. 80 holding right now. The countdown coming out. Nooner betting it up one. Looks like we're going to get into a little bit of an arms race here. And yeah, very few Masters players remaining, I believe. Only one, I think. Two, maybe. Two. Yeah, only two Masters players remaining after this. Jake Allen bidding it up to a 90. Oh, 89. 89. My apologies. And just like that, oh yeah, Mr. Krabs going to head out with an 89. I'm starting to think that Hoptech was... I'm starting to think that Hoptech was underpaid for. All the power to Nigel One here for managing that insane pickup for 77 points now, as we see back-to-back Masters players going for 80 plus points. Yikes. Coming in next, we have, I believe, Nightshine's pick, I believe. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Who will Nightshine be putting on the board? Now, Nightshine has the most points left in the draft so far. Actually, second most points. Third. My bad. I can't count, actually. Starting the bidding off at 1. Oh, we're going to count up. Thank you, Nightshine. Jumping it to 20. Phew. A little worried there. Jake Allen taking us all the way up to 30. Mexican Cane Sugar and Emerald 3, Emerald 4 player. Seems to be a very strong Mordekaiser main. A champion pisses me off, you know? I don't think it would be a bad pickup in the slightest. For any team, really. And yeah, Mexican Cane Sugar are going to go out here. 36 points. And, you know, Jake Allen and Mr. President, 39 points left to their name, already have 4 members of their team. Right. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, okay, I can count. Whew. Had me worried there for a second. So they're pretty much set now. A lot of these players are going to be going for a little bit more money than they can afford. With just 39 points, especially when we have, big spenders still here. Nooner and Pyra, it's still at almost 170 points. Nightshine and Admiralty and Iron Scout, not too far behind it, almost 140. Just like that. T1 Gumayusi, Jonathan Jung on the board. Yvonne instantly betting the entire bank, 71 points on him. I believe Yvonne only has 71 points. Nightshine instantly outbidding him with 72 points. Yeah, there was no world in which Yvonne would ever get this player, unfortunately. As some of these players simply have enough money. Nightshine bringing it up to 80 points. Just like that, Nightshine really wants Jung here. Countdown, Ulysses going up to 81. Their team does have the second most. I'm on this team. The second least amount of points in the draft. 81, 82. Coming out for Nightshine. Is Ulysses willing to spend the whole bank here? 83 points coming out. It does look like they're willing to spend the whole bank, but Nightshine can just outbid. Double masters in the bot lane. 3, 2, 1. And the Ulysses Yaktonio team is going to pick up T1 Gumayusi. As a member of this team, I think this is a great pickup. 2 Masters players, some random, platinum player, air quotes, and then kind of going through what's left at the end of the draft. I think that this is going to be a star-studded roster. And we move on now. I believe that is. Let me make sure I can count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I do believe it is now Love You's turn. After picking up T1 Gumayusi for 83 points, we're just putting players on the board at this point. With 8 points left. There's not much that Love You can draft at this stage that's going to be a direct factor, but you can put players up on the board. It's time to start some subtle manipulation of the game. At the end of the draft, if you have 8 points and the other person has 7, I'm not sure how it works. But I think you just get that player, so. And just like that, emoji getting put up on the board. As we see messages posted and then deleted. Ulysses bidding all 8 points. Instantly. A slam dunk of 9s coming out. Emoji here, seen as the jungle pool is not particularly It's not particularly deep this split, so you know, a lot of players really aiming to pick up such a strong jungler that can play in an OLS environment so easily. 40 points. And just like that, sold for 40 points to a lane. I believe that's Admiralty. Yes. Yes. I know my club members. Who is going to be next on the chopping block here? And now we have coming up Kaya Goose. Player seems like a big juggernaut player. Right now, the bidding sitting at 1 point. I believe that we were just waiting for the OPWG link to be posted. 2 points coming out. Jake Allen bidding out 5. Ethan looking to bid. Yvonne bids 6. Yvonne hasn't picked up a player yet. Still has 71 points on the board. Jake Allen throws out 25 points from 6. For a silver player, Jake Allen is really looking to pick up this player. Yeah, there we go. And just like that, Jake Allen rounds out their team. Effective use of resources, just throws out the 25 points, throws down the gauntlet, says, if you want this player, you have to outbid me. And nobody wanted to outbid. Yeah, and just like that, I mean, so early into the draft, we have our first full completed team. Jake Allen, Mr. President, oh yeah, Mr. Krabs, Mexican Cane Sugar, Vale Soiree, something like that. Number 0 on the board. Nightshine immediately dropping 60. This guy's got bands. Nooner bidding, shelling out 65. Nooner has not picked up another player yet. Nightshine and Nooner are kind of getting into it here. Bidding is going up, trying to drag it out. Nooner ends with 76. Oh, 71. The edit. Nightshine bumps it to 72. Nooner taking it to 73. We're moving slow right now. We're moving cautious. 75 by Nightshine. 78. Neither of these players want to give up on number 0, already going for more than Optech. And number 0 is going to go for 79 points. 2 more points than Optech. It's crazy. It's crazy out here. And he hits him with the I was just trying to bid up. Oh my god. The market is all over the place. Next we have Cathion number 2. Emerald player. Instantly. Elaine dropping 10. Jataxis with 23. Oh, Nigel 1 with 25. And now Admiralty with 30. Nightshot with 31. Nightshot 35. Admiralty 36. Nightshot 37. We're bidding this up. 38. Neither of these players want to give up. 40. And Admiralty going to head up and pick their third, their fourth player, excuse me, Cathion for 40 points. Another team, there's one, two, three, four teams that have not drafted a single player yet. And you know what? It might not be a bad idea here because if you look at all of these teams that haven't drafted yet, most of these teams that haven't drafted yet, you can see Rags the Boss, CMU Vladimir, aka Ethan, and Yvonne here. Three very high elo players, and then Flortuga and Dap sitting on more points than all of them easily. These players don't need to bid up. If they just need to round out their rosters with these emeralds, these diamond players, and they're in an incredibly good spot. 41 coming out for Flortuga. What is that profile picture? I'm intrigued. 43 and a half. We didn't even do half points here. That doesn't get them anywhere. Yeah, Mr. YOLO, I have no idea either. I don't know how you got hop deck for 77 points, dog. It's depression. Oh, shoot. You're so right, Goldie. My bad. I have not done this in a minute. I am not even on the right account for that. Oh my god. My bad. Mm. Guys, it's been a while. Alright. Please, please do not. I actually don't know how to change it right now. Guys, I swear this is professional. Guys, I swear this is professional. Just like that, we have Tiny Tater going up now. Bidding starting at 11, but an immediate jump into the 50s and now to 60. 61 from Flortuga. Phew. Yvonne, the last bid at 60. Before Flortuga 61. Nightshine chiming in with a 62. 63 now. Ooh, I didn't drop anything. Florentine gonna end it with a 63, picking up Tony Z, and now I believe Tony Z and Tiny Tater back to back. Yeah, that's back to back. They're approaching player 4 already. No new players in chat. I believe it's Redmer. Hold on, counting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Oh, actually, I think we wrapped back around to Yvonne now, if I remember correctly. And we have Widerum on the board. Oh, there is a Masters player left. I'm so blind. Sorry, Widerum. I did not mean to disrespect. Sorry, chat. I'll just. Okay, nice. Sorry, chat. I had to make a correction. Nooner dropping 69 points for Widerum. 70 now coming in for Jetaxis. Okay. 71 for Nooner. Oish. Creator dashboard. Oish. 72. Battle between Jetaxis and Nunu right now. Nooner does not want to give up on Wider. It makes sense. Probably the best top laner of the pool right now. Jetaxis saying type faster. Nightshine out of nowhere with the steel chair. 77. Nightshine entering this bidding war now. Nooner has a couple more points to spare, but Jetaxis and Nightshine have more. And Jetaxis dropping 81. Nooner stopping at 77. Definitely a choice. A little understandable though. You can pick up a player late in the draft with those kind of points. Nightshine with an 84, picking up Widerum. Okay, two Masters players, both of them for 80 something points. Definitely not bad. Stream manager. Oh, okay. Hold on. Edit stream info. Sorry, Coldy guy. It took forever. Eesh. OLS fall 25 draft done. Yikes. Thanks, team. How do I get the my stream? Whatever. We'll go like this. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. And just like that, we now see Petrichor up on the board. Now, I have seen Petrichor many a time on the rift. A demon. Nightshade instantly bidding 30 points. 40 coming out from Admiralty Jetaxis, responding with 41. A mid jungle or a top jungle of a Cloudy and Petrichor would be a little insane. And now we see Jetaxis bringing it all the way up to 51. 53, 55, 56, 57 for Admiralty. This team only has 58 points and no longer able to bid for it. Jetaxis with the 58. Jetaxis is going to pick up one diamond mid laner to complement the GM jungler. Good pickup here. It's still going to have some points left. So they are by no means out of the bidding wars. That leaves, yeah, the still Rags the boss, CMU, Vladimir, and Yvonne not drafting yet. And honestly, it's not looking like a bad strategy. There's still at least a couple diamond players left in the pool, along with quite a few emeralds. And like I said before, when you're already, when you don't have to bid for these high elo players, when you have the high elo players, you are the captain, you are the high elo player. It definitely gives you a little bit more room to work here. Coldy guy coming out now. 10 points from Nigel one. The countdown begins. 3, 2, 1. Nightshine bids 11. Nightshine bids 11. Yvonne bids 12. Saved. Only 12 points for Coldy guy? This guy's the GOAT. Oh. Lame as hell. Dude, Coldy guy's like a 100-point pickup. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know what the captains are thinking, but yeah, that's what I'm saying, Coldy. I don't know what the captains are thinking, but like this is like a 100-point pickup here. I can't quite say that he's on the level of Cloudy, but like right behind. Yeah, my team is winning. I believe it. Holy guy going to make it onto the team with Yvonne and Zodiacs. A reunion apparently for Zodiacs and Goldie. And we have our next player on the board. We have Kamikaze, a very strong player last season. Was on, I believe, the regular season super team almost that went undefeated. No, they didn't go undefeated. I think they lost the last game. I think, but still ended up in the regular season in the first seed. A little bit of a lackluster playoff split compared to their standards, but certainly not slouching it either. Very close sets all around. 45 points coming out from CMU Vladimir. This would be their first pickup. 46 coming out from Nightshine. 46 coming in from Nigel 1 as well, but Nightshine was there first, so. Nigel one typing. Oh, Nigel one not gonna bump it. 46 points going to Nightshine. Nightshine's got a little bit of a team here. Insomnia Knight, Widerum, and then following it up with Kamikaze. That's quite the squad. And just like that, Nightshine's gonna be left with 7 points now. It's like, and the trenches with the rest of us now. Still plenty of players on the board, not to be confused. 3 teams now, only looking for one more player to round out. Admiralty with 58 points for that final player. And Ice Shyster, this guy's the goat. 40 points instantly from CMU Vladimir. 41 coming out from Nigel 1 now. 51. Nigel 1 has the most points left in the draft. No, Nigel 1 has the second most points left in the draft. Rags the Boss has the most. Not because he spent them though. Rags the Boss started with slightly more points than Nigel 1 has after getting a GM player. 65, the countdown begins. 2. 66 coming in from CME Vladimir. Nigel 1, is he going to spend some more here? Oh, 3, 2, 67. 6, 7. And it's looking like it's sold. Yep, 67 points. And with that, Nigel 1 is going to take Ice Shyster. Yet another good pick. Ice Shyster, this such a skirmish heavy jungler. Complete with the champ pool, and I think that having Hop Tech is just going to be such an enabler for that, like constant mid lane prio, a champ pool that really allows you to just roam freely. I think that this team is going to be something scary come regular split and come playoffs. Now we look to the next pick. A little bit of indecision coming in here. I think we don't quite know what we're looking for now. Still no player. I believe we have a little bit of indecision. And just like that, Envy coming in now. Just a little. I'll look at their champ pool and their. Oh, the bidding starts at 10. 11 from Rags of Voss. I believe this is his first time even talking in the bidding chat. There's no way. Nooner bumping it up to 12. Detaxis with a 13. 14 from Rags the Boss. They need to bid this up a little bit. 40 from Yvonne. Rags the Boss answering with 41. He does not want to let Envy go. Really, 41. Yeah, a good pickup here from Rags the Boss. 41 points, and you end up with a a diamond mid laner. Not the complete like not the true ceiling, but I mean this is fantastic for them. And that's Squishy going on the chopping block immediately, not even a delay. 11 points, 15 points. Excuse me, 16 points coming out from Curse of Dragons. 40 points coming out from you, Vaughn. Is Nooner going to bid that up? Still typing. 41 coming out. Yvonne sticking to this 40. Do they only have 40 points? No, they have 59. Okay. Wow, yeah. Nooner going to snatch that one up with 41 points. Very curious where they're going to put Squishy. I guess number 0 could probably get top. Oh. Mooner and Pyra now still with 49 points left to play with at the end here. Definitely still some hard hitters. Ethan and Physics not picking up a player yet. I would be very surprised if Kofta wasn't picked up by CB, Vladimir, and Physics here. Yep, 20. Rags the Boss bidding him up a little bit. 21, 23. We could see a little bit of a bidding war here. Both teams, strong mid laners that could use a jungler like Kofta here. 40 coming out from Nooner. 35 from Yvonne. Yvonne, unfortunately, a little late. Ethan, too. There we go. Recognizes the 40. 41 coming out. 50 from Nooner. Now, Ethan, CB Vladimir hasn't put any points on the table yet. They could very well just outbid 50 coming out. And yeah, no, Nooner can't outbid that. Only 49 points left on the board for him. Sold. And yeah, that's a very strong pickup there. High enrolled player. 50 points. Not necessarily what you want to do, but you know what? I think Kofta will make up every single one of those points in the upcoming split. And now we see getting a little late stage in the draft here. Some teams still have plenty of points. The Rags of Boss and Curse of Dragons both sitting at 64 points, along with their co-captains Chestoto and Mr. Bubon. And followed closely behind by Yvonne with 59. Next we have Wagi. I'm not sure how to pronounce that, but a support player. The bidding already 35 points. 36 coming out from Nigel. 45 coming out from Admiralty. Jeez. We're not counting up today. We are bidding 45 and we are running with it. The countdown coming out again. And yeah, just like that, Wagi is going to go over to Admiralty, and that's going to round out their team, the second completed team of the OLS 25 fall split. And now we just have how many players? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 players left. But they're going to start going real fast now that we don't have infinite points to bid up one at a time. Something smells really good in my house. I'm hungry, man. Eesh. Who's going to be next? I might have actually rounded out. Let me pull up my handy dandy little list on the side here. That might have actually rounded out all of our diamond players. Wythe up next. Wythe, is gonna. No, actually, no. At least holidays remaining, I believe. Yeah. Now that I'm looking at this, my goat hasn't been picked yet. As Wythe, 41 points for Wythe coming up from Yvonne, and Curse of Dragons answers it with 41. Not wanting to let Wythe fall through his fingers here. $50 coming out from Curse of Dragons. Yeah, and just like that, Curse of Dragons. Gonna pick up their fourth player, Wythe. This is great. A great pickup for them, a very, very strong player in OLS for time and time again now. Continuously, over seasons. Things change. Wythe being a threat does not. Now we have Monterey going out. 1 point starting bet for Max DeVos. Ethan 2 rocking out with a 15. Come on. Montes deserves more points than this. 30 points from Yvonne. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, and it's looking like Nooner with 49. Nooner spending all of his points. Yeah, it's looking like it's going through. No one's typing. Montes going to be heading to Team Nooner for the last 49 points, and that's going to round out that team. Nooner, Pyra, number 0, Squishy, and Montes. Monterey. That's going to leave 3 completed teams? Yeah, 3 completed teams with another 3 just 1 player away. We're going to have a very big battle between Rags and Chess Doodoo, Ethan and Physics, Yvonne and Zodiacs. And then, yeah, I mean, those three all still in the 50s. Now, next up, Daniel Lim. I believe he's new to OLS. A diamond mid laner, though. Definitely someone you want to be bidding points on. Already 14 points coming out for Curse of Dragons. 16 from Jataxis. 17 from Nigel 1. 18 from Jataxis. 19 from CMU Vladimir. Jataxis dropping the shh in chat. It's not going to work. 20 coming out from Rax the Boss. As the countdown is ticking, Ethan 2, though, just sliding right in there. 21, he was ready. $24 coming out now. Rags the Boss determined to get Dealim here. Another diamond player. So if I'd have to guess, I know that Envy plays a little bit of jungle. So D-Lim likely going to be the mid laner for this team. Rags the Boss with a healthy amount of points going into the last stage. 40 points still. And Zodiac's bringing up a good question of why diamond players are going for 20 points. Very good question. Very good question. And yeah, I mean this Rags to Boss team looking very scary right now. That's what a Masters player with 2 diamonds. Now we have Holiday on the chopping block. Yvonne dropping 41 points instantly. You know, actually, there was a Turkey Bowl 1,000 years ago that was won by the Yvonne Holiday bot lane and their illustrious captain Yactonio. Just a little bit of a lore dump for you guys. Long time ago. Excited to see this pair reunited though. As I believe that's the no, actually Yvonne still with one player left. 18 points on the board though. That will be better than a lot of the teams you're going to see. Next up we have Scoopa coming out. 15 points already on the board. Bidding started at 14. Nigel 1 came in, swooped in, took a 15 right there. Clock is ticking. 3, 2, 1, and is that going to be 16? Thomas typed too slow. Jatax is slid in. Rags putting up 17. Rags with the second most points. Oh, third. I can't count, guys. I'm sorry. With the third most points on the board. Definitely has some cheese to spend here. Oh, my bad. I forgot I was streaming over there. My fault. I did not mean to click that. Meant to open Discord. now see the bidding is continuing. We're up to 40 points from Jataxis. And Jataxis is going to pick up Scoop. Left with 8 points. Oh my god, I didn't mean to click that again. Ah, I'm griefing. Guys, I swear, it's just right next to my Opera GX tabs. Alright. So I'm going to get rid of it. It's gone. It can't hurt us anymore. I probably should set the window up to just record my like Chrome tabs, but I didn't think that far ahead. So then we had another new player. I'm lazy coming in. $21 points for Maple Rag. 23 now as the bidding continues. I need to mute myself. There we go. 26 now. Once again for Maple Rags. Rags the boss though, bidding this up. 28. 29 for Maple Rag. If Rags the boss wants, he could just spend it all. He's got more money than everyone else. I'm not sure what he's saving points for. This is his last player, and he's got more money. Thank God. He alright jumps to 40. Is CMU Vladimir gonna come in with 41 and steal? It is not looking like it. Yeah. Does appear that Rags the Boss is gonna round out their team here with I'm Lazy. Looking like a very stacked team here. You got a Master, 2 diamonds. Is this platinum? Yeah, a platinum and a gold. This is a very good draft for Team Rags the Boss and Chess Dodo. So I believe we are just waiting now for the next name to be announced. So we have Amjad. 20 bidding already up to 25 by CMU Vladimir, who has the most points in the draft now. But he needs to conserve some of these points. 31 coming out for Maple Rag. Yeah, these points matter now as you're getting into the to the nitty gritty. 35, the final number from CMU Vladimir, and it's sold. That's going to be the fourth member of their team now. Nigel 1 and Ulysses slash Actonio, both sitting at 3 members currently. Plenty of picks to still be picked here. So we are waiting now. Actually, how many picks are there left? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 players left, but like I said, as the points lessen, these slots are just going to start going. Once you make it to a certain point, the players just kind of slot themselves into teams. As we're taking a little bit of time here, I'm very curious actually. How many is there a sheet with the names crossed out for one to check? Doesn't look like it. Yeah, it doesn't look like it. So we now have Kyle Harwick coming in. Yvonne picking them up. ITKC with 18 points. I believe that rounds out Yvonne's team now too. All of their points spent. And again, Yvonne, Zodiac's, Coldy Guy, Holiday, ITKC. I'm thinking that's looking like a very strong team. I think that all the captains that are done so far have done pretty well for their points. Not to say that the ones that are not done haven't done well for their points, but for all the ones that are out and over, a very good job done. Next up we have Leaf Miku. Ulysses bids 1 point for Leaf Miku, and that is likely going to be, yeah, 3, 2, 1. Sold. And then, yeah, Leaf Miku going to be picked up by the Ulysses Yactonio team. A support main looking to complement T1 Jung. And that'll bring them down to 7 points. Next on the list, going to be TDL coming out now. Our glorious host. Thank you for all the work you're doing, Mr. Thomas. 14, 15 points coming out for Flortuga. Looking to round out their team with TDL. Sold. TDL going over to Flortuga and Dap. And that's going to round out their team. Very quickly filling up. Only team to not have taken a fourth player yet is going to be Nigel One, but I mean, he's got Hoptech and Ice Shyster. And the most points left on the board. I wouldn't be surprised. I think he can actually just straight up pick what the next two players he wants are, because he could just bid 18 and 18, and nobody has the firepower to stop him. Dang, y'all see that? Oh my god. And our next player up, Colombo. Ulysses throwing out the last 7 of the points here, and it's looking like a pickup. Yeah, and just like that, Team Ulysses and Yactonio is going to be rounded out with T1 Gumiusi, Leaf, and Colombo. Another good roster for the league. And that's just going to leave us with 6 players left. Kind of split amongst whoever. Goons, I believe is how you pronounce that. Going out. 8 points on the table. Chris the Dragons drops 14. I'm surprised Nigel 1 isn't bidding here. Nigel 1's got a plan, I guess. Guess it would help if I knew who was left. Betrayed by one I called friend. Unfortunate. Goons going to round out the Curse of Dragons team. Another very solid draft. We have now Kyle Wang, aka Rage, Wang Rage, on the table. 19 from CMU Vladimir. He doesn't even have that many points. He only has 16 points. So the bidding is going to go back to Nigel 1 with 18. Nobody can contest that. The player is already Nigel 1's. I respect the effort from CMU Vladimir to osmosis some more points into existence. However, that is not how the system works, unfortunately. Some intense mathematics are currently going on here as we see Rags bouncing around the screen. And that leaves us with the final four picks of the draft. The final four, if you will. And now we see Jameer Smart coming in. I believe it is now just the players with the most points are. We're just going down the order of most points, and you get to list what player you want. Yeah, as we see Nigel 1 drop Jameer, and then Coral is headed to CMU Vladimir, I believe. Yeah, now I believe Chitaxis and Nightshine are probably playing rock, paper, scissors for the last player. Oh my goat, John French. Oh, this guy's on my team. Wait, that is my goat. Let's go, John French. Damn right, that's going to be the best 7 points we've ever spent. very confused who the last two players are and where they're going. I can't lie. There we go. Now we see Fish coming in to round out Jatax's team, and in place of Night Tiger's team, we have Noah. All right, y'all. Let's make this a good old split, why don't we? Yeah. Good job to all the captains. I believe that we got some teams here. I'm a big fan of what I'm seeing. Yeah, I do believe this is going to be the end of the draft. Thank you all for tuning in. It has been a pleasure to read a whole bunch of numbers off the screen at you and see where everyone's going. Best of luck to everyone in the upcoming OLS splits. Be on the lookout for upcoming announcements about regular season, about when to meets, about all of that in the next couple days at most. And yeah, I will see you guys on the Rift, I guess. Good luck.